Hey everyone, it's Ace coming at you live with another fantastic episode from the Ray Z Show. Hope everybody's having a great and blessed morning, and I hope you have a great day. I love talking because I love talking to you people. Our first story: family of 5 and pilot killed after tourist helicopter crashes into the Hudson River. A helicopter has crashed into the Hudson River, leaving 6 people dead, according to the New York authorities. The deceased include 3 children and 3 adults. The helicopter pilot and family visiting from Spain. Sightseeing helicopter crashes in New York, killing Spanish family and pilot. We've been following the news of a helicopter that crashed Thursday into the Hudson River between New York City and New Jersey. I'll post my source for this on Facebook. My source. And let's get back to the story. Here's what we know about the accident. 6 people have been confirmed dead in the crash, including the pilot and family of 5. All 6 bodies were recovered from the river. The family killed were tourists from Spain, including 3 children and 2 adults. New York City Mayor Eric Adams offered his condolences, saying, "Our hearts go out to the family. The victims' names will not be released until their families are notified." Officials in New Jersey City, across the river from Manhattan, are working to remove the wreckage of the helicopter from the water. How sad. I hate to hear when families die, and innocent children especially. New Jersey City, across from Manhattan, removing the helicopter from the water. The Office of the Mayor of New Jersey, the Office of the Mayor of Jersey City, across the Hudson River from New York City, says in a statement that the city's Office of Emergency Management is securing the submerged helicopter and will eventually remove it from the river. It has also begun to investigate the crash in conjunction with the National Transportation Safety Board, the NTSB, the statement said. There were no victims or property damage in New Jersey, which is across the river from Lower Manhattan. The helicopter made 9 other journeys today. We have been looking at the helicopter's other flights earlier today before it crashed into the Hudson River using the Flight Aware tracking website. The Bell 206L-4 Long Ranger 4 helicopter, registered with the Federal Aviation Administration as N216MH, is shown to have made 9 other short journeys from Lower Manhattan on Thursday, with the most originating and terminating at the downtown Manhattan heliport, according to FlightAware. New York Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch said at a news conference that the aircraft belongs to a tour company called New York Helicopters. Most of the flights it was shown to have taken today were only minutes long, circling the island of Manhattan, heading towards the Statue of Liberty, and then up to the northern Manhattan near the George Washington Bridge, before heading back to land at its takeoff point. The longest flight registered today lasted 25 minutes. aircraft have crashed in the Hudson before. Today's incident isn't the first time an aircraft have gone down in the Hudson River. The most famous incident, known as the Miracle on the Hudson, happened in 2009. And you know what? I saw that movie. It was awesome. If you guys ever get a chance, see The Miracle on the Hudson. It's a movie. It's absolutely mind-blowing how the pilot saved everyone on the jet with no injuries. I think no injuries. The most famous incident, known as the Miracle on the Hudson, happened in 2009 when a U.S. Airways plane was struck by a flock of birds and forced to make an emergency landing on the Hudson. Captain Chelsea Sullenberg became a household name after landing the plane successfully, with all of 155 passengers surviving. More recently, in 2019, another helicopter crashed into the Hudson after refueling. The pilot was the only person on board and only had minor injuries. In 2016, a vintage plane flying over for an air show also went down in the river. The pilot was killed. How sad. The New Jersey leaders share condolences online. Leaders in New Jersey, the state just across the Hudson River from New York City, have been posting their condolences online. Please, people, leave your comments below. Leave your condolences for the poor people that died in my comment section. God hears your prayers. Believe me, He hears every prayer. I know that. Leaders in New Jersey, the state just across the Hudson River from New York City, have been posting their condolences online. U.S. Senator Cory Booker wrote, "Heartbroken for the victims of the helicopter crash in the Hudson River. I'm grateful for the swift action by emergency responders." And similar thoughts were posted by recently elected U.S. Senator Andy Kim. Such awful news of a helicopter crash in the Hudson. We are holding their loved ones close in our hearts today. Wow. During the news conference a few minutes ago, Jessica Tisch, the New York Police Commissioner, said that no names of the victims will be released until their families of the victims are notified, Tisch says, which is rightly so. That should be the way it's done. Tisch also outlines the path of the fatal flight. The helicopter was operated by the tour company, New York Helicopters, and took off at 14:59 local time. It flew up the Hudson River, then turned south before crashing near a pier in Hoboken, New Jersey, just across the Hudson from the New York City. The helicopter was upside down when it hit the water, Tisch says. Mayor Eric Adams expressed his condolences for the 6 people who died in the crash, including the family of tourists from Spain and the pilot. Our heart goes out to the family, he said. He also made a reference to the 2009 Miracle on the Hudson, when a U.S. Airways passenger plane landed on the same river and all 155 passengers survived. It's almost reminiscent of the plane going down here on the Hudson River, he said. Thank God we didn't lose any lives back then. He concluded by saying, the investigation is going on. We're praying for the families and our gratitude to the rescuers, he said. The fire department responded immediately, Commissioner says. New York's Fire Commissioner Robert Tucker said that the rescue boats were launched immediately after an emergency call was received. Swimmers were in the water shortly after the call, he says. Tucker praised the efforts of the fire and police responders working together, but note, it is a tragic day. Timing of crash clarified by officials. The investigation is ongoing, official says, noting that 911 calls began coming in at approximately 1517 EDT and 2017 BST time. Once on the scene, officials started searching the water for victims or survivors. Immediate life-saving measures were attempted, they say, but were unsuccessful. 4 victims were pronounced dead on the scene. The other 2 victims were pronounced dead at an area hospital, officials said. How sad. 4 victims were pronounced dead on the scene. The other 2 victims were pronounced dead at an area hospital, officials said. All 6 victims have been removed from the water. 3 adults and 3 children were on board, according to rescue authorities in New York. The victims are a pilot and a family visiting from Spain. All 6 were confirmed deceased. 6 confirmed on board helicopter, New York City Mayor. We're hearing from officials now. Mayor Eric Adams confirmed 6 people were on board the helicopter. All 6 are confirmed dead, authorities say. Stick with us and we'll bring you the latest. Wow. It still appears, it's so sad. It still appears to be very much an active scene here at the site of the incident. We are told law enforcement will hold a press conference soon with the latest. We just saw a team of New York Fire Department rescue workers dock here at this pier in their wetsuits. It's still raining, so that could potentially have hampered the operation though the authorities wouldn't comment. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy briefed on the crash. We have heard from New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy now. The Hudson River separates New York and New Jersey. I have been briefed by law enforcement on the tragic helicopter crash in the Hudson River, close to New Jersey, he says on X. He added that the state is supporting emergency response through the state police, the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, and other local first responders. Bodies of 6 people recovered from the crash site. The bodies of 6 people have been recovered from the crash site. Our U.S. partner CBS News reports the body of a pilot was recovered from inside the aircraft. CBS adds earlier, we reported that 6 people are reportedly dead following the crash. Rain begins as search and rescue underway. Pratishka Gildiel. I am near the scene, reporting from Pier 40, New York. I am near the scene of the New York helicopter crash, where rescue teams are gathered along Pier 40. A helicopter is hovering above us as it begins to rain. Scores of lights are flashing from fire and police vehicles as some onlookers gather. The New York Police Department say they are still in the very preliminary stages of its response and will provide more details a bit later. Well, that's it for the first news, our first story. I will be back with our second story very soon. And I love you people, and it's a tragic day in New York. Those poor people who crashed. It's so sad. Please keep them in your prayers. Nobody really needs to die that way. A poor family and children dead in a touring helicopter crash. They never would have known it would have been their last day on Earth. The family probably went up there happy to see New York City, and now they're deceased. They're dead. Peace out. I love talking because I love talking to you people. And keep this family in your hearts. Keep this family in your hearts and prayers. Peace out.